What up, what up, what up? Let's get ready to rumble. And I'm doing that because I can't actually find our, there you go.
There we go.
That's it, guys. It is time for the Monday market with the ABL squad.
What is pumping?
Oh, sorry.
How you doing today, mate?
I am doing fine. I am doing fine. We had a really good week last week for both of us.
I had a really good week.
Traded my bottom off. I absolutely killed it last week, but I did spend the weekend going over a lot of my trades. Like I spent hours and I got through half of them because I'm lazy and I haven't actually been doing them every single day. But wow, I made some interesting mistakes last week. But luckily, I ended up.
It was in the green.
Yeah, week was definitely in the green. But if I would have taken away all of those little mistakes, we would have been in the green. In the green. You know, so
green.
In the green. So it's okay being in the green, but we want to be in more of the green and not just give everything back all the time. But we'll discuss that.
We want to be in permanent green and not have to paint the grass green.
That's exactly. We want to just keep our greenery in. Yes, here we go, Steve. In the house.
Look at GU. GU's already moving.
I know. Yeah, so I was actually looking at this right now. Let's talk about what we're actually looking at. So we're going to go through again. Obviously, this is Monday markets. Oh my God, I've only just looked at Bitcoin. Oh my God, look at my Solana. Damn, oh God, ruined my day already. Hi, Hamid.
Hey, Hamid.
Okay, so interesting. Let's go over Bitcoin first and let's see what's been going on. We're still stuck in a range. We're at the lower point of the range right now. Again, EU 1 hour setup. Okay, we're jumping straight over to. Oh, mate, he knows he knows already.
He knows what Alex is looking for.
He knows. Don't know, mate. We are at the top of a range. We are at this level. Then again, if we were going to break down from here, we would have probably broken down. The fact that we've found support and now we're doing that just shows that maybe we want to take this level first. So that would be something that I'd be looking at, honestly. Maybe before it does something like that, maybe we'd have a little bit of a retest. So we've got that on the daily. Let's have a look on the 15-minute. Coming down, retesting these levels before pushing up. That could be the move. Something like, so we've got this. Maybe something like that. Maybe.
To me, it looks short. I've got to say.
Yeah,
it does look short because if you look at the 1 hour, you got two engulfing candles testing one another, which is a nice indication of price going down.
Yeah.
I can see if you look on the 4 hour, we've got a big long wick from Friday morning, which I think we're probably going to break. Going to retest. See where the EMA's crossed over on the 4 hour.
Yeah.
I think we'll probably come back and retest that before we push on up.
That's a nice level. For me, honestly, that's straight on a 50. That is a really, 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 really nice level. And to be honest, that I would say is a nice long, something like that.
Yep.
So if that was the setup that I would say for a longer swing for the week, I would say this is my setup. So I would say 4,500 or 4, whatever this line is, what right here. So 4,500. 4,500 is where I'd probably get in. So basically, this is what setup I was looking for. In the meantime, yeah, looks pretty short.
Stephen has a pending short on EU.
Let's say if it was doing something like this, we get a retracement back into that level, push down. So that could be a really nice on the short side. We'll leave these on here and we'll test and we'll see where we're at the end of the day. But that could be also a really nice short position, probably down to that 50 as well, where we'd want to get in. That's an opportunity. So I'll leave those on the screen. I just want to go through Bitcoin, and I'm going to pass it over to you, Michael, so you can go through what you're thinking. So again, nothing really happening. Stuck in this kind of range. Is this the type of kind of consolidation, accumulation type of range that we're looking at? Maybe if it breaks under this and then we start doing something like that, then it's time for us to sell our bags. I really don't think that's going to happen. Otherwise, it would have gone down. If this was a proper distribution pattern, I think we would have gone down by now. If we have a look at this, which was a distribution pattern as well, how long did this take? 78 days. How long is this? A little bit longer, so 88 days. So I think we are in an accumulation type of area. I wouldn't be surprised if we push up more. Again, nothing really to the trade setup that possibly could be taken is just from maybe the bottom of the range.
Yeah, I think if it was going to go, it would have gone by now. And if you look at the chatter and the talk that's going on, fundamentally, it doesn't make sense for it to sell off.
The only thing is inflation in the US is a little bit sticky, and that's the only reason why I would say.
But I think that's what's been stopping it from going either way. Is you've got, on the one hand, you've got the inflation that's sticky, but then on the other hand, you've got an incredibly bullish president on crypto. So, like you say, I think it could just be an accumulation period where they're not going to buy all their bags in one go, right? They're gonna load up over a period of time because they don't want to spike the market. So they're probably just accumulating over a period of time before price then starts to react to that. So we'll see.
Yeah, let's just see what happens on that. ETH looks like it's in like a macro accumulation, so that's really nice. We can have a look at others. Again, this is still a really nice trending market for crypto. It's come back into a really, really nice level. This is on a weekly time frame, so it still looks good. It's just a little bit painful for others. S&P pushing up again, like this is just never coming down. Let's have a look at gold. Gold doing what gold's doing. Possible setup. Would you say long again? Probably. Like there's no reason for us to say that it's going to come down. Like it's
that
at the start of the week. This is Monday. This could be the start of the week where it puts in a high for the start of the week, and then it comes up, puts in a high at the start of the week, then just
Yeah, I'm not entirely convinced. If we look up what I had marked out last week for gold, so I actually had an expectation that we were going to bounce off this area here, right? We've actually come down all the way down to the 200 EMA, and we've now pushed on up. But starting today, 2 hours ago, we've got this big engulfing candle on the 1 hour. We go to the 4 hour. The 4 hour, we can see that this big engulfing here it's had a reaction back off, but nothing significant. If we take it up to the 8 hour, the 8 hour has created an inside bar on either side. And again, it hasn't wicked back. This big long wick, I'd be expecting a bounce back off it. The only thing that suggests longs for now is this 11 hour. But if you look at the others, it's not convincing. That reaction there off the 11 hour, that to me, that's still bearish because there's no wick back up, you know, and the low hasn't been taken. So the 22 hour looks all right. But again, not a really strong wick. Hasn't taken the low of this one. And the daily, if you look at Friday's daily, that was in a massive bearish engulfing candle, like huge. So I'd be saying that is not happening for now. And I think this is possibly because there's a lot of question marks about gold reserves.
Yep.
So there have been question marks about whether the Bank of England gold reserves are faked or not, like if they're double counting. So there's been a lot of talk about that. So I think that could also devalue gold.
Surely that's bullish as well.
Well, it should be, but it also then questions whether, you know, gold has been overvalued, you know, because there's no clarity as to how much there actually is. Do you see what I mean? So until there's a clarity as to how much there is, I don't think people would necessarily be saying, oh yeah, it's worth this much.
Yeah.
Because it's been so overextended. You know, if you look at it on the weekly, you know, it's so
How lovely that reacted to that 50 as well.
Yeah.
Right on there. So if I was to put it there, where are the areas where I would prefer to get long? Probably on the top of that candle right there. For that level. So we could look for shorts this week.
Yeah,
you know,
I would say it's looking short. It looks short to me for now, just purely looking at the weekly from last week. But if we look at it from going back to 2020, right? So here we've got the big push up.
Yeah,
I would say the move. If we were to say the move started here, oh sorry, you can't see my screen. If we were to say the move started here, right? That was the first proper big. Why is that not working? Come on. Oh, there we go. If we were to say move started here on the weekly, right, and we take it up to here, or actually the first kind of pull back down was to here, right? We took it to the 50 on your usual EMA, your usual fib, right? And we broken past it. Bring that down. What's it looking like then? Tapped into that 50, pulled back into your type of zone that you'd look for, broken up, and then just kept on going. There's been no pullback until now, and that's where I think we're now going to come back to this, at least this level, which would tie in nicely with the 50, and then possibly further up, because we're still. I'm curious to see what the dollar looks like now, because the dollar after Friday, in theory, should be strong, but it's not. You know, gold lost value on Friday massively, but doesn't seem to have indicated that on the dollar index.
What I would say in the dollar index, obviously, just let's take into account there are massive divergences first on gold. So the momentum up here is just getting less and less as we increase in price. So looking for shorts back down into these areas here, that I think would be a solid plan. So at the moment, obviously, it's a little bit dangerous to just short right here. Maybe it would be nicer just to see some type of, you know, push back up, a little bit of a retracement into a zone, or maybe price trying to wick up like that and then failing and then doing, you know, that kind of different price structure. So that's what I would be looking for if I was going to trade gold this week. So I'm probably short on gold this week. We'll have to watch that back afterwards. If I have a look at the Dixie right now, I would. We're on a daily. Let's have a look. We're on a daily. We're still technically in this range. So for me, it's still long. It's unless unless we break down, unless we come down like this, break that level. If we have a reclaim, then we're still fine. If we don't have a reclaim and it does the opposite, it comes down and then it does something like that into this level, then that's something a little bit different. But that kind of break, retest, and then a reclaim within the level, that would show to me that dollar is still strong. And to be honest, we look at the weekly. Look at that. Look at that candle right there.
Yeah.
So I would be a little bit cautious.
Yeah.
Going short.
Look at GU on the weekly. There
you go. So we're in areas of supply right now. We're in heavy area of supply.
Yeah.
Dollars are a good area of support. Do we want to be going long here?
On the weekly, it looks strong. I think we're going to have a pullback, but if you look at this here, just in terms of what I would look for, right, is broken past this weekly engulfing, right? We had an inside bar, so there was an indecision here in end of December, right? And we came to the end of the year and we just sold off massively going into January. We've broken that level of that weekly here just at Christmas. Now, you could argue that Christmas isn't as valid, but then let's take it to the monthly. The monthly still looks really, really, to me, looks like we're going long.
So let me play with that idea. I would say if we were on the monthly, because we've had 4 months of red, we should expect out of 4 months of red that we have a little bit of a breather. And that's why I would say a breather on the monthly is a trend on the daily or a trend on the 4 hourly. If we start to have a look now, we're having that inner structure. But if we have a look on the daily right now, this would be the range, my range anyway, what I would be looking at for price to really, on a macro time frame. At the moment, this is, and we can take long and short trades on the day trades all the time through this area, but we still need to keep in mind that it's still probably short, because all of this is just supply. Until it breaks above that and we start then pushing up to then take out these and take out these, then it definitely looks short on a longer term position. But as you say, it's interesting, we both got the same zones marked out. See, that's exactly the same on the daily. It's the same zone that you've marked out, and I've got it marked out because of the engulfing here and the retest of these wicks. So I think if we're looking at swing positions, I probably wouldn't. It's too risky to go for a swing right now. You've got to wait for it to come up to here to sell off. Because right now on a swing position, I'd say we're in no man's land. There's no, you'd be just hedging your bets basically. Which way are you going? If we go to the 4 hour, it's only up here. Would I feel confident getting into some kind of sell position probably? So what would be the 2 positions you would take on a swing? Because we can't really set up day trade positions. Are very difficult to forecast or project because it depends where the momentum is in that hour. In that, I'm trading on the 1 minute, 5 minute. It doesn't really matter where the macro structure is. But if we say now, give me a play long, give me a play short, what would those be? And then we can actually check where price has gone afterwards.
So going long, we've already rebounded off a nice area on the 1 hour. and we've done it again here in this one. So again, we've got another reaction in those zones there. So if I took that down to the 15 minute, what would I be looking for on the 15 minute? I'd be looking for price to come and retest this wick here. As long as it stays above there, I'd then be potentially looking for longs from there. If I mark this zone out, the other area of nice support at the moment is here on the 5 minute. That looks like a nice zone to seek a reaction. So we're pushing down. We've broken this engulfing. We've retested this big push down. This is where I'd be looking for price to come back, because we've got an inside bar here. So I'm looking for price to come, take that level, retest this zone, and then I'd be looking for longs. The only thing that worries me
for a swing
is
perspective, though. Yeah,
that'd be looking for a buy. Probably coming up to somewhere around here. I'd need to look for liquidity levels, but that's probably what I'd be looking at. The only thing that concerns me is this is really, really rangy, you know, and that, as you and I both know, on GU is never a good thing. So, yeah, so we'll see if this level gets broken, then I think we're going to go.
What would be your short perspective?
If I was looking at a short, I'd be looking at something like, 'cause it's coming down already now. I'd be looking for price to come down here, something like that on an intraday, because there are levels down here, and we've got the 200s here on the 15 minute. So there's certainly room for it to break past, because look how the EMAs they've just bunched together on the 21 and the 50. If it breaks past that.
For me, one thing that I know already, but one thing that I've also seen this weekend is when the EMAs are like that, and I know this, but I always get into positions anyway. When they're like that, there's no trading for me. There shouldn't be trading for me, because there's no momentum. There isn't a direction yet. So it's interesting when they're like that. We need to see a little bit of momentum, a little bit of pushing in one direction. But if I just go up and see what kind of would I be looking for in long-term positions, if we have a look at just this area in general, if I get rid of all of these EMAs and we're just looking just straight up at price, this is a really a level that I really do like. It's that level right there. Let me make sure that I get it. So that level right there, we've had multiple touches of it. It seems like a really, really nice, strong level. I'm getting the fib, taking it from high to low, coincides with that 50. So now we've got a really strong level, which is probably a weekly and daily level. So something like that on a fib. Let's put some of the EMAs on. Okay, so those EMAs towards this week are probably going to end up either basing out. So this EMA here is probably going to start coming up. This EMA is going to start basing out, and then we're going to have a lot of different confluences. We're going to have the 50, we're going to have a level, and we're going to have all of these EMAs as well. So that's that idea. If I put the 200 on, where's the 200? That is a really nice target, because that's going to come down slightly as well. That would be a really nice target to the play, which would be the same if it was on a 5-minute chart. Would be long off that level. And then we'd aim to take out these highs. That being said, I'm no swinger in any sense. So I would get into that position, look for the long, and on a day trade, look for price just to do, price just to do something like that to take out, the overall macro high.
Yeah.
And on the swing trade, as soon as it gets to that kind of level, then I'll just trail my stops. So I'm going to leave that there. That's what I think is going to happen. Now, on a short side, I say if we get up to these levels right here, then the opposite. Just the short would be into that area, something like that, just for a break and retest, whatever it would be, because that'd be the first time that we've reached this area in a very, very long time. And there's no way that people are gonna, on bigger time frames, not be taking off positions or not be getting short from those areas. So that's what I would be looking for.
Yeah. So for me, just looking at what we've 500 EMA.
Yeah, I haven't tested a 500 EMA.
No, not news to me as well. What I'd be looking for is taking it away from those, because I just think we're still at this point where the US dollar, nobody really knows where it's going right now. And so I would still be looking for my positions. If I was looking at the GU in the EU today, there's no news today, right? There's nothing happening today. We've already had the major news today, which was the Japanese GDP growth, which is much higher than was expected. So then if we take it to the strength scores, look at the Japanese yen right now. So the Japanese yen is powering through. If I drop that down, take it up to the weekly, look at the pound and the dollar right now. There's no real direction because we're in that no man's land, right? So for me, if I'm looking for an edge, if I'm looking for an opportunity, I'm going to be looking at the euro and maybe the Swiss against the Japanese yen. Because even though it's very wicky and we know that the yen can be horrible to trade, you look at that, it just looks like there's going to be some kind of momentum. So if we go to the the EU against the Japanese yen, that's on the 15-minute. Let's take it to the daily. The daily, we've had this big push up, and we've tested the 50 and the 21. The 21 we're pushing down from on the daily right now. We've taken the low from Thursday. We're leaving this inside bar for now. I could see us pushing further down. Right, we've got at least this level here, and that's probably around about the 50% mark on the EMA as well. EMA, the fib, just past the 50, right? So if I draw that the other way, and just reverse it, there you go. So it'd come down here, probably retest this area because that looks like a strong area. And then we'd be looking for longs. If we're doing it on the intraday, is then just trying to find where is it building support, where is it building some kind of positions. And at the moment, this one is probably gone past that now. So the next one I'd be looking for is maybe a retest around here in that area there. That looks like a nice potential short to see price come up here, retest, and then push back down towards the 50. It's probably not the best time to get in on it. The other one to look at is CHF JPY.
Go back on that trade.
Euro Japanese. I really like that trade. And the reason why I really like that trade is because on an intraday time frame, if you go on a 5-minute right now, mate, that's an RTTM trade right there. That's a return to the mean type of strategy right there. Everything that we've traded, that is by the book. I really do like that. If you take from the bottom of that, if you take your fib from the bottom of that move, to the top,
to this one,
we're at a 50. I would say I would, if I wasn't expecting to get I'm getting a payout today, so I'm not trading. I'm not doing anything. So I'm not trading that. But that I would put 1.5% on that bet to take it to the 200 EMA, and then maybe even push up higher to your level that you're talking about. Honestly, that's a really, really nice trade.
Yeah. So that's what I'd be looking at today. I'm on phase 2 right now of my high stakes. So let's see, what does it look like on MT5? It actually looks nice for MT5. The only thing is we've broken past this one here. That's the only thing that slightly worries me, is that we've broken past this engulfing on the 5-minute. So I think there's possibly still some retesting happening. But I say that. No, actually, no, it looks good for longs right now. Looks very nice for longs.
As long as you've got your stop underneath the low, if it comes down, takes you out, that's totally fine. But this type of setup, the consolidation, it's hit quite a nice area. The consolidation, the break above the EMA, the retests, you've got the little gap there for the 200 EMA. Let me double check what that is. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. For me, anyway.
It's a really nice trade, isn't it?
It's a really nice trade.
To
be fair,
look at it on the 1 minute as well.
I will go and take that on the Fivers challenge account because I could do that. On the Fivers challenge account, we will do Euro Yen. Oh gosh, where am I? Oh God. Okay, Euro Yen. 175, so 50 because it's 17 pips from the low. So 50 divided by 17. This is probably the wrong calculation because I should do the conversion into yen as well, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, so I've got 0.3 lots on there. It's going to be $67. Yeah, exactly. So this is the trade.
Yeah, it's looking beautiful now on the 1 minute. 1 minute looks amazing.
Yeah.
Where's the 1-click option on MT5?
The 1-click option.
You know, for doing an order just with 1 click when you want to...
Up the top here, you should have 2 little buttons.
No, I mean to, you know, when you're changing your stop loss and your take profit. Why is that not?
I'm not sure. Okay, so that's the trade. We're going to go quickly and talk about Euro on the 1 hour for Ahmed, and then we're probably going to be finishing up here. Okay. To be honest, if you're going to get into anything, it's probably already gone, Ahmed. You've got that really return to the mean trade right there that you had. That. Look at that. Straight off the 50. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's amazing, mate. Absolutely amazing. But it's already gone. It's disappeared. Oh, mate, even that was even better. I'm testing out this week. I'm going to be testing out getting in at the 618 and getting out at the 618 for an extra bit of risk to reward. It means I'm going to miss. It means I'm going to miss a few trades. But me missing a few trades should be I'm going to have to take that into account. I'm going to miss a few trades just to get that better risk to reward and be in fewer trades, but the quality of the setup and the reward of putting the bet on is going to be much, much greater. So that is the plan for that one.
Very nice.
Is there anything else we want to go through before that? I think we've got the long and shorts for macro on pound, also from euro, Bitcoin. We've already talked about Bitcoin. Yeah. Anything? I think
we're looking good for the week.
Yep, we've got a trade long on EG.
Yeah, we've got lots of news coming tomorrow. So we've got pound news, we've got Aussie dollar news, euro, CAD, USD, everything coming tomorrow. So there's plenty of stuff to move things around over the next few days. Thursday's going to be a big day again, and as is Friday. Friday's got a ton of news with a lot of retail sales and PMI. So it's going to be a busy week. We'll see how it plays out.
Nice.
So yeah.
Okay. We're going on the Fivers today, apparently.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're going to be on the Fivers every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, guys. So
So
yeah,
far, yeah. Just for a little bit.
Just for a little bit. So if you can't get enough of us, then come join us on the Fivers stream for a while.
Definitely.
We'll be on there later on.
Okay. See you later, guys.
Cheers, guys.